Can the excitement of a great board game fit in a shoe? Let's find out! In this video, we're gonna look at the smallest board games we can find that we really enjoy.
They have to qualify because of 3 conditions.
Number 1 is that it has to fit inside of a shoe.
Number 2, it has to be fun. We really have to enjoy this game.
And number 3, especially for you, our dear supporters and people who've been following this channel, they're all gonna be games that we have never ever mentioned on the channel.
And for you all the people, we're gonna do live testing here. Do they qualify for all the 3 conditions, right?
Professional scientific testing. Woo! Sea salt and paper.
Testing. Very well.
Fits. This is a simple card game of set collection. You will get cards from this deck, and you want to combo them with other cards. For example, these penguins will give you 2 points for each other penguin.
I like penguins.
What you do on your turns is just simply either take one of these cards that you see here, or pick up 2 cards, place one of them in the discard pile, and take the other one in your hands. That's it. Now you go.
Okay, I draw a card.
Yeah. No, you draw 2 cards.
From here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then pick one, and the other one place here.
Oh, now here.
Here, for the purposes of explaining these rules, here.
Yeah. I made this decision.
Then I can pick one of these 2. Now I have a combo, I play it, which gives me 1 point, plus also I can steal a card. Thank you very much.
You're so good at this game.
I'm amazing at this game. When the round ends, you will get points based on the combos that you get for the cards, as well as from maybe colors. Whenever one player has at least 7 points played or in their hands, they can say stop. Or I can say last chance. Which means every other player except me will have 1 more turn to go. If I have more points than you at the end, I also will score for colors as well. But if I lost, I will only count the colors, and it's usually less points than the combos. Time it right, when to end around, lots of choices, and that's why it's pretty highly rated, and I see why, it's pretty fun. Vessi shoes are not only great for measuring board games, they're also great shoes, and I'll show you something. We've been wearing Vessis for the last month, and to be honest, I think Janis has never taken them off, like never ever. Once you experience the unbeatable comfort, you just never want to go back. They're super warm, and walking with them feels like walking on pillows. Not sure if you can see it, but they're not lying about the cloud comfort. And I don't know if I ever have gotten so many compliments about anything in my life than I did this month about my shoes. Most importantly, Vessi welcomes you to the Dry Socks Club. Yes, you heard me right, Vessi, these shoes are waterproof. Don't believe me? Well, let's go. I don't know if you've heard, but winter is coming. With Vessis, you don't have to worry about autumn puddles or winter snows. So conquer the winter with Stormborst Vessis, built for warmth, comfort, and waterproof protection. Explore more cold weather wear at vessi.com/boardgamehangover and get 15% off your first purchase. Did I miss anything?
No, I just checked some games for these 3, metrics that we have, and some didn't qualify. They're gone. I threw them out.
Nothing important, I hope.
No. I mean, they didn't fit in the shoe. They're not particularly fun, and we have talked about them. So, bye. Mine fits in there perfectly, as you can see.
We had 3 rules. We never talked about this.
Yeah, we never did.
It's really good.
Oh, trust me, I'll tell you how good it is.
And it fits in a shoe.
And now let's proceed to what it is all actually about. Full disclosure, the only thing that makes it not fit in there is this board, which without the box does fit in the shoe. Super simple game. You get 4 cards, I get 4 cards. We are agents trying to discover the identity of other agents living in our neighborhood. To discover that, I either have to catch you by passing you on this track, or you have to pass me. Simple, right? I will pick 2 cards, play one face up, and play one face down. You have to pick one of these, and then you're gonna resolve the movements of those. If it's the first card you pick of that type, you're gonna resolve the first icon. If it's the second, you're gonna resolve the second, and if it's the third, you're gonna resolve the third. Like for example, if you get third of this type, you lose the game. Pick any card! Okay, now you get to move back 1. I get to move forward 2. I refill my hand, you do the same. We continue this way back and forth until somebody catches someone. Super simple, super fun, super almost fits in your shoe.
This was the surprise of Essen, to be honest.
Fresh from Essen and fun.
If you're watching us for a while now, you know that Giannis never abides the rules, so this is no surprise.
I take offense.
This might be a little bit awkward.
The shoe doesn't need to fit in the box, it's the other way around. Oh, look at me, I'm Giannis, I never break the rules.
This is the box that they sell the game in, but inside you have this box. Actually, the game is just a card game. A trick-taking game that has wild superpowers. You both will play a dynasty in China. You get cards, I get cards.
Everybody gets cards.
There's cards in the middle. So you have to play combinations of cards that has the same number. Let's say 3 ones. And now you have to beat it. And you have to beat it with the exact number of cards or that are with higher number.
Or there are special cards I can play that will change the way things work.
Whenever somebody runs out of cards, then the round ends. And you get as many points as your opponent has cards in his hand. When you get used to that system and the powers, it feels better and better with each playing time. First player to get 31 points is the winner in this tricky game.
Fine, after getting all that scolding, this definitely fits in the shoe. In this game, you wake up in the middle of the night and there's a ghost under your bed. Luckily, you have these 5 magical items that scare the ghosts away. There's more than 5, but each player has 5 magical items. Now I'm going to flip a card. We don't play actually. I'm just gonna show them. Without, I looked. Without us.
I also look.
Without us.
Oh, you had to do. You had to catch the ghost.
We have to drop the correct items without dropping any other. If you do drop any other, you just take them in your hand, shuffle, and try again. And if you drop the correct items, you have to drop the ghost. Drop the ghost.
Drop the ghost.
The player who did it first gets this 1 point. The first one to get 5 wins. You place the point in your palm as well, and you really don't want to drop it, because you lose it if you do. And we continue playing, flipping cards open until either somebody has 5 points, or the cards run out, and who has the most at that point wins.
Confusing Lands consists of just 18 cards, and well, a pencil and a score sheet.
And a box and a rulebook.
Yeah, a box that fits in a shoe, by the way. You'll need to build the best terrain possible. What you do is pick up 2 cards, and you have to place one of those in your terrain and give the other one to the other player. Your cards will have these bubbles with scorings, and also these terrain icons and pieces which will give you points. For example, this says that each of my crystals that I have in my land will score me points if it's closer than 3 distance from my house. And then when you add new cards, you can either pick a side that has only terrains or add new clouds and new ways of scoring. The problem is that each of your clouds will give you minus 10 points. So when you place a card, you better make sure that we will score at least 10 points or else it's bad news for you, buddy.
Preferably 11 at least, right?
We only go through this deck, and that's it, and you score.
Yeah, and you lay those cards however you want. Horizontal, vertical, covering a part of the card that is already there. You do you.
So far, this is the smallest package, just from game pieces. Maybe ignore the box. But from game pieces, it's the smallest package, yet has one of the most choices. Very sweet, very beautiful card game that fits in a shoe.
I have a small game that definitely fits in a shoe. It's about also creating lands. You will have a circle of cards around the table and 3 scoring options in the middle. And that's the setup. When it's my turn, let's say this is a starting card, I can take that card and add it to my, like the previous game we talked, to my terrain. I can also cover some. Here you can't turn them sideways. It can be upside down. It always has to be vertical. But I can cover some part of the previous cards. Or I can skip that card and say, no, I don't want it, but then you get it. No, I don't want this either. You get it. No, I don't want this either. You get it. I think they got it, right?
I for sure got it.
You got it like 3 times. And then I will add it to mine. And then it's your turn. Same thing. When all the cards are gone, the game ends and we score. We score these cards that will have certain scoring aspects, and then we'll score each terrain. So for example, I have 3 mountains in a row, that will be 3 points. It's super simple, it's straightforward, it's quick, it's thinky, it's fun, fits in a shoe, and we've never talked about it. This is made by Button Shy Games, and they have I had, oh, I actually, they're so small that I forgot that I have them in a pocket.
Nice.
They're right there.
Nice.
They're right there. Look, that's like 4 or 5 games right here. There are solo games, there are expansions for the games that are already here. Check them out, and pretty much so, all of these could fit in a shoe. You could have like a whole board game collection with you.
Yep. Oin Games is a company that creates a lot of small games, and they have created a lot of great small games. So, gotta mention them again.
And my wife person, and all of you who are wife persons, they really enjoy Oin Games because they take so much, and what am I freaking trying to say?
You're trying to say that your wife person really enjoys small packaged games because they take a lot less space in your house, because your house is full of games, you have too many games, she keeps repeating. You get cards, and these cards have 2 numbers on each side. And you have a choice, either to leave them like this or turn them around, and then for the rest of the hand you will use them on this side. You cannot move your cards, you cannot switch them to the other side. And this is also a trick-taking game, which means you will play cards and then the other players will try to beat that score.
It's your turn to play a trick. You can play a single card or multiple. If it's multiple, they have to be the same or in a row.
And now it's my turn and I have to beat it either with larger numbers or by more cards. There's other tricks here, because it's a trick-taking game.
Oh!
And whenever I beat cards, I get them for points, and now it's your turn.
But I cannot beat that, so I will spend a token.
Yeah, basically it's a point that you can spend also to
take this. I can place it in my hand and turn it any way I want.
And place it wherever you want to. In that way, creating different combos and variants. When somebody runs out of cards, then we count points. Each of these corresponds. Tricks that you beat are 1 point, as well as cards left in your hand are minus points. So you want to get rid of your cards really quickly.
Haggis. Okay? Haggis is a climbing game. 2 or 3 players are going to be playing cards with combinations and trying to get rid of their cards as fast as possible. When you do, you score points. The one left with cards is gonna score some points. You want some trivia?
No,
I don't, but here's some trivia. Haggis is a traditional Scottish food. Judging by all the cartoons where I've seen it, it's disgusting and nobody wants to eat it. Are there any Scottish viewers out there? Yeah. Do you like haggis? Should we try it?
Yeah, and why?
At the beginning of the game, each player is dealt out a hand of cards. Here you go, here I go, plus everybody already has these cards available to them. A jack, a queen, and a king. When I start, I have to play a combination. A combination can be either a set of single card or a sequence. Then you have to beat it. Then I have to beat it. Then you have to beat it. We try to beat each other until one of us passes out or somebody calls the cops. We continue playing this way until both of us pass. Then...
Pass.
And then we're gonna score some points. And then repeat that until one player reaches the winning goal of the game.
So all the combinations and sequences are here, right?
Yes.
Check here, all right, I need 4, 8, don't have them. Oops.
And then you pass, and then I play again. There are bombs in here. The bombs is something you can play out of turn to get your turn, unless somebody beats you with a bigger bomb.
Mm-hmm. Tons of choices in these little games.
Yeah, I have nothing to add.
Nothing to add. You know it's a good video when even this guy has nothing to say. Thank you for watching. You are freaking awesome. Let us know in the comments what are your favorite small games.